Welcome to part 1 in our series of sharing survey results. We sent nearly 1,700 emails with a survey link and 526 people responded. The free text answers were considered and meaningful. Also, a high percentage of optional questions were answered. As a committee, this gives us a great sense that our membership are engaged and they care about what happens at the club. This is excellent and we thank you. Member satisfaction. We chose to measure this using Net Promoter Score, most commonly known as NPS. This is the gold standard and is used by millions of businesses to measure and track how they are perceived by their customers. Respondents give a rating between 1, not at all likely, and 10, extremely likely, and depending on their response, they fall into one of 3 categories which are used to ultimately determine our NPS score. Promoters respond with a score of 9 or 10 and are typically loyal and enthusiastic members. Passives respond with a score of 7 or 8. They are satisfied with our service but not happy enough to be considered promoters. And lastly, detractors respond with a score of 1 to 6. These are unhappy members who are unlikely to recommend the club to others. In response to the question, how likely are you to recommend NSBC overall as a bridge club, 68.2% of respondents rated us 9 out of 10, giving us a Net Promoter Score of 62. This is excellent and shows an engaged and satisfied membership. However, we will not overlook the fact that some members are not satisfied. To find out who this is, we dive into the data a little deeper. We looked at player categorization to see if this gives us an answer as to who is not satisfied. Members were asked to classify themselves into one or more of the following categories: competitive, focused on the challenge, results, high quality events at my level, or learner, focused on improving your bridge skills with help of NSBC all levels, social, focused on connection, friendly interaction, events before or after the game. Remember, you can be 1, 2, or 3 of those categories. The first group is anyone who mentions competitive. They can be a New South Wales Bridge team member or a learner who is focused on results. 57% of the 527 respondents classified themselves as competitive. The second group is those who are new to bridge. They are learning and keen on improving their bridge skills. Some are also competitive, but common category in this group is learner. 26% of the respondents classified themselves as wanting to improve. The last group is anyone who categorizes themselves as social without being competitive, so not focused on results, but may also want to learn new skills. 27% of the respondents classified themselves in this category. So how does the Net Promoter Score look in each of these categories? As a reminder, our NPS was 62 when we combined all playing categories together. When we break this down, the scores look like this. In the competitive category, the score is even higher at 65. When we look at the score for the learner category, it's a whopping 67. This shows us that our social category scored us lower with 50. This is still a good score, but helps us identify an opportunity for improvement. Where to next? As I'm sure you can appreciate that we can slice and dice the data a number of ways, and this is what we need to do to understand your needs based on the survey responses. This is what we will be doing in the coming months and using the results to prioritize our initiatives. As and when we have more results, we will share these with you. Until then, I will leave you with some feedback we have received. Thank you.